A lot of you guys have been asking about my keybinds and my sensitivity, so I thought I'd make a video breaking down why I play what I play and why you guys should give it a shot if you guys want to change your own settings. Go across to my settings. I play full screen, 1920 by 1080. I have my FPS capped at 240, and I play on the old performance mode. I feel like the new one isn't really tested yet. It feels a little bit unbalanced to me. I've noticed a little bit of hitching. My game's crashed a few times, so using the old performance mode right now. Brightness is at 127, and I don't play with any color blind either. And I play with my 3D resolution at 100. I have NVIDIA reflex low latency on, not on plus. Apparently it's better on. I'm testing this right now, but my game's been feeling good, so I'm happy with this right now. Now, the only important settings here in the game settings are don't play with simple build, reset building choice, yes, turbo building, yes, simple edit is off, disable pre-edit option, yes. I don't compete. I feel like having pre-edits is good if you're competing, and I have auto-confirm edits just on edit. I do play edit on release. I used to play with it off. I think it is also great if you're a smart fighter and if you're used to it. But personally, I went between the two and I enjoy going to it from time to time, but edit on release it helps me be a little bit faster on 60 ping. For my sensitivity, I play on 6.6 by 6.6 X and Y. It's just a balanced sense. I was playing on 6.4 for a while. It was the same as Prattyboii, and then I went to like 7%. 7% is also good, but I was whiffing a little bit, so I just kind of went to a happy medium. I'm happy with the sensitivity. Basically, with a sense, all you want is to have a sensitivity at the perfect sense where if you have this much space to play with your mouse pad, doing all the way across is a full 360, basically. So if you're doing this and you're doing a full 360, it's going to be a lot harder to be accurate for those like tiny micro edits or shots, right? So something like this, if this is your space that you're playing with, you want to make sure this is enough to do a full 360. It's what helps to be accurate. In my case, at least. This is what a lot of other pros do as well. My targeting sense is at 45% X and Y. Keep it the exact same if they're different. I feel like it's kind of hard to be consistent, but hey, everybody plays on different settings and pros have a different perspective to me, but this is what I like to play. Building and editing sense is at completely normal. I don't change anything like that. These are my movement settings. I play the same as Canada. I recently just changed these. I was playing on a bit more on an angle before where I was like running like almost like backwards, and it was good for box fighting and like keeping space, but I felt like I was actually moving really rigidly and I kept like not moving the way I was anticipating to move. So I changed to this. Kanada's obviously a fantastic player, so I just play the exact same movement senses. The exact same diagonals as Kanada. He's one of the best in NA, so I'll take his advice. Now, to my binds, these are the questions I get asked all the time. So I play with my hand like this on my keyboard. It's on a bit of an angle. My keyboard is slightly slanted to the right. Obviously, I use WASD to move. Everybody asks me about this, and this is really weird. I use B to crouch, which is really odd to a lot of people, but it makes sense because my hand sits on such an angle, and it's right near the spacebar because I use space to jump, obviously. So this just makes sense. I've played on this forever since I started playing keyboard. I know it's odd. A lot of people use like Tab or C, but yeah, B for me is perfect just because I play on the angle. Sprint, I use Tab. I normally use my ring finger to press Tab. Auto run, I press P. I don't really auto run that much, but if I do, I just use my other hand. Jump is spacebar, obviously. Movement keys are the same, WASD. Obviously, my shooting buttons are the exact same. I reload with R, which is pretty normal. Pickaxe is I press my scroll wheel in. Not a weird bind, that's normally pretty normal as well. Weapon slot, I use shift for my shotgun because my pinky always sits on shotgun, so it's always right there, it just works perfectly. My second slot is caps. I use my ring finger for that, so like they're right next to each other, so my fingers are still on the movement binds. Weapon slot 3 is control. I use my pinky for this, so it's all of my weapon binds that I normally use are these 3 buttons right here. I've played on these forever. It just works well for me. I prefer that than clicking up on the numbers. For my weapons, I feel like when I have to press them really quickly, because I'm already pressing a few different keys with my index, I don't really want to press any more keys with my index for, you know, things that you're normally going to pull out like your weapons and whatnot. I use my index, weapon slot 3 and 4. Use it normally just for heals. I use my index for these, that's fine. You're not normally having to quickly pull these out mid-build too often, so I'm happy to use my index for those. And to use, I scroll wheel up or I C. That's like to open chests and whatnot. But I scroll wheel to pick up. Okay, my build binds, for my wall, I use my front mouse button. My floor is my back mouse button. So my two build buttons on my mouse right here. Stair is F, which I use my index for. And then my roof is Q. Use my ring finger for that. These might feel weird to some people, but honestly, if you look at how they're spaced out on my hands, the hand doesn't really have to move too much. I'm not jumping too far across the keyboard. right here with my ring finger, as I only ever really press my run button and my sprint and secondary slot for these, so that makes perfect sense for me. Trap is T, but you don't really need to worry about that unless you're playing OG. My edit button is E. This is a pretty optimal bind. My fingers, as I've been showing you guys, my hand sits like this at all times. So E being right here, it's fine. It literally just darts quickly off my D button. It's pretty optimal. I like using E. People normally use E, F, or G. It depends. I like E though. I've been playing on E for ages, so I do use scroll wheel reset as well. That is another really important thing that every keyboard and mouse player should use. They should definitely be using scroll wheel reset. I think that's all the important binds. I think that's everything. Now I'm going to show you guys a hardcore ranked win. If you guys enjoy the video, make sure you guys drop a like, subscribe. Remember, I stream every single day on Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok. Peace and love, brothers. Says Twitch streamer. Unlucky, bruh. I am OCE, chat. Yes, sir. OCE, mate. Oh! Who the hell is that, bro? It came out of nowhere. That was actually so nasty, chat. Look at these guys all out here. Is the guy just sitting on the hill or something out there? Like, what's happening? Thanks for the gift, Jaden. Holy shit. How am I alive? Holy shit. Can I get this win, chat? Let's go! Oh, man. Woo! Oh, my God. What a game. What a game, chat. I don't even know how many kills we had.